and welcome to Wolfe Farms. I'm Dawn, also known as Mitten Wolf.
And I am James, also known as Wolf Photo. This podcast is brought to you by Wolfe Farms. You can find us on the internet at wolffarms.net. We're coming to the end of the month of May, so you got a couple days left to get 25% off our scent of the month, which is fresh cut roses. I want to welcome new and returning viewers. Thanks for joining us today. We have probably a quick podcast. You know, we say that, and we'll see how it goes. So,
yeah. So the segments for this week include farm happenings in the coop, flown the coop, squeal like a pig, and roundup. Well, because I can't show what flown the coop.
You could just say something
flew the coop.
We'll show it later, but but now got your whetting your appetite for the mystery. Yeah, no. So. Oh wow, you're ready to
let's flow the coop. Bye.
We're done.
See, I told you it really quick. What is that? 1 minute.
So farm happenings.
Farm happenings.
No, is that you gonna start or are you gonna?
Oh yeah, I guess.
Because
we had a oral surgery appointment this week for Jimmy to meet the oral surgeon and discuss him getting his wisdom teeth out. Yep, he needs his wisdom teeth out. I never know why they do the whole...
Yeah, just so you can
step by step, you're being referred. Well,
answer any questions, whatever, I'm sure. But, it's all part of the fun of going to the dentist. Everybody knows how much they love going.
So they're really great. They're kind of my nose started itching as soon as I clicked play. So somebody must be talking about me. So they are scheduling him right during his week break, So, and it was funny because he was like, "Oh, for Christmas, he had the flu really bad on his break, and then now for this 1 week break, he's going to be sore with wisdom teeth." And
well, the upside is it's happening later in the week, so he at least gets part of it off. So but he'll be recuperating and then off to school, the following week. So hopefully there's no major.
Well, he'll have
delays.
A follow-up appointment like 10 days later.
Yeah. But like I said, it'll be a couple days of discomfort, and then he should be able to get around. Yeah. So, applesauce and ice cream and...
He would ever eat applesauce.
Scrambled eggs. We're trying to come up with everything that the kid would, one, eat, and two, be able to eat.
He said ice cream every day.
Yeah, he's just going to become...
For every meal.
Just let him recuperate at 31 flavors, right?
Yeah. So, that was the highlight of the week.
Yeah, I got Memorial Day today, I want to wish you guys a happy Memorial Day. Hopefully you're getting set up for your barbecues and everything else. I know we're going to be barbecuing some spare ribs and whatnot, so that ought to be good.
And I see so much confusion, or I don't want to say ignorance, that sounds so negative. But
I have no idea
about Memorial Day, because Memorial Day is to memorial those that have died in Navy, Marines, Army, Air Force, whatever service, that it's called. Veterans Day is when you honor those currently serving or who have served. Armed Force Days, which is the beginning of May, is those currently serving. So it's not just 3 days off. It does have meaning, and boy, I'm just going.
Yeah, I'm going to say, Wow, someone got up on their soapbox this morning.
I'm in my patriotic mood here. Well, it's
soapbox,
huh? Yes, soapbox. Because I'm getting knocked off. Well, some people in out of the United States, they
may not know.
There
you go. Now you know. So Memorial Day is Monday. Today, when the podcast goes up.
Yep.
And we oftentimes barbecue.
Yes.
That's the thing to do. Picnics and barbecues.
Is that the patriotic thing?
Yeah.
I heard fireworks even last night.
Yeah.
I guess any excuse.
Exactly. Well, 4th of July is coming.
Which would not be good for any veteran.
Well.
PTSD. Let's go on a whole other
Oh, jeez. Wow, this will be an interesting podcast. She's in a mood. I should have prefaced this podcast with that. So, But anyway, so with Memorial Day getting here, this is kind of like the official start of summer, right? This is kind of the
and
kickoff.
it turned right into the heat of summer.
So this is warming up. We're supposed to have like a 100-degree day here next week on Friday. I think it's supposed to be 100 degrees. So we went from 50-degree and 60-degree weather to 100-degree weather in about 2 weeks. So we got our garden cooking outside. So I've actually bought and am putting shade cloth over the garden, which will keep it cooler, keep it not so much in the direct sun, which should help, because out here it will cook, and then all the plants will get wilty, and there's only so much you can do. Because if you water it when it's hot, it's going to actually burn it more, because it's going to magnify the sun. So we got shade cloth going. I actually got half of it up now, and I'm going to do the other half after we podcast. So.
Yeah, because I had my Kakuza plant that Kimberly, me and my dog and some yarn had sent me, because I'm glad I mitered my seeds too, because, I had it growing so good. I put it out there, it was going, and then the heat, it just went,
yeah, kind of wilted.
So, yeah,
wilted.
I'm hoping it'll come back, but I'm going to get another one started, so.
Yeah. Wilted Kakuza.
Yeah.
So hopefully with the shade cloth in place, then, I'll have to figure out how to do what to do when the corn gets high enough to actually hit the shade cloth.
It's not like we ever get any corn from it. I just grow it.
But it's still a high-growing plant that's going to go higher than how high I have the shade cloth. So I have to strategically plant around the corn or something. So. Yeah. But, so that's it. Yeah, it's warming up. Nice summertime.
It'll make it popcorn instead of corn on the cob.
Yeah, and the clouds are so nice. I was like so wanting to go out yesterday and do some photography, but I was tied up with doing shade cloth, and I had a list. She gave me a honeydew list. She says, "Ooh, 3-day weekend. Okay, here's your list." So, fortunately, I got almost everything done. I think the only thing is the finishing up the shade cloth.
He just hasn't turned that postage yet.
I've got to page 2, but no, it's coming along. So,
Yep.
So I think
Wow,
that's
dang.
wow, dang, huh?
Wow, dang.
So let's move on into the coop.
It's like, well, I got to think of something else to yap about.
No, you don't need to.
I could always try for that joke.
No. Donna's not a comedian. Not when she tries.
I think I'm funny.
She's funny when she doesn't try, but she is not good at executing joke timing or.
Guess I'm just not going to make it for improv, huh?
No.
I can't sing either.
Well, you can. That's part of your funny. Yeah. So in the coop.
In the coop.
Yeah, you only got a
I
couple.
wasn't ready to go there yet.
Well,
So in the coop is I wanted to spend time with our friends.
okay.
So in the coop I have my mitered square Scrappy Happy blanket. It's a, who is that old person? She changed her name. Guess she went and got married. Married? See, I could totally go into that joke that I'm thinking of with that. Memory Blanket by Georgie Nicholson. It's a free pattern on Ravelry.
You're just whipping that around,
Whipping
huh?
it. So I did, I think, like 10 squares. Here's 3. I got some Tena yarn going in, and my Sadie yarn going in. And I got, that was a Sun Daisy one. And then this side, got some more. So wherever there's the dicky-do, it's the new squares. And yeah, it's
right
actually,
Yeah, Jimmy's going to have to go to school early. You're
Yeah,
done with that. Okay, time to go.
So, yep. And the hot pink socks she started too for her daughters. And she said they're officially blankets because you can fold them. So, yeah, this is an official blanket because it's folded.
foldable.
Yep. So that's the determiner, I guess,
Okay.
of blanketness.
Blanketness.
So then in my, this just sits for when I'm like feeding the dogs, or it's a granny square using sock yarn scraps, using the magic knot to connect. And these are, because I got a ton of, since I've already done one mitered square blanket, I have balls that are These are those little wee balls that we learned about last week. They're like under 4 grams.
Yeah, you can't do
either
really anything with it.
A couple yards to... There's nothing you can do unless you wanted nipply mitered squares.
Yeah.
And I can't stand doing the nipply mitered squares. So these I just connect using the magic knot, and I just keep adding. So, and it's just a normal granny square pattern. Here's the dicky-do that I put in last week. It's right here. So I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I'm on my 13th row. So that's how many rounds I have added.
Yeah, it looks like you.
And why does it always
pucker?
Warp? Yeah. Because I notice even when I've done big ones, I mean, once it's blocked, it'll be squared.
Yeah.
But like, who's gonna block it once you start using it?
True.
So
it looks good. Looks
Isn't
like
that
you shrunk a full size one down. It's like.
Yeah, it's like a mini. So yeah, this is super fun, and I think I will always, because I'm gonna always be knitting socks and having a scrap blanket. I think once it is to a finished size and we can use it, I will leave that one strand open so I can just always keep adding.
It looks, that almost looks like one of the doily, table doily type things, almost.
Well, yeah, for a really eccentric old lady. Huh?
I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because it's the small yarn. You don't think of a blanket out of that tiny stuff. So.
But I love working on this, and it's just the perfect thing to just grab while you got a couple minutes, and
yeah,
it's in my kitchen. So instead of grabbing a bad snack or something, just whip up a couple. There's a diet tip for you.
I was gonna say knit instead of eat.
Put them in your pantry. You can hurry and do a couple squares instead of snacking on something bad for you.
Oh, is that what it is? Take your favorite snack box and take all the snacks out and put yarn and needles in there.
Ooh,
so
even better.
Yeah.
Huh? Although you would still be able to smell the whatever had been in there. So that's in my just keep knitting bag from Bay Area Knitter. It's almost getting to the point of it still goes in there.
Going to a bigger
because
bag.
in the bottom there's a whole bunch of little wee balls in there. So yeah, wee ball palooza. And then I did a little bit on this just this morning because I had finished my secret project, and this is Petunia Socks by Erica Luder. Oh, I do have it up still. Good for me. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. It's actually called Petunia Dursley's Double Eyelet Socks. And these I was doing for Sadie Blue Ruins spring or flower May April showers bring May flowers cow.
I have to work
which I am
one.
not going to get these done at all. I don't even have one done yet, but they were a longing with her.
Oh, okay.
Well, because I went along with her.
Yeah.
It's just the other things got in the way, and I get distracted, and I don't have much knitting
just
time.
takes longer.
I'm more gardening. See, I'm really out there working with the flowers, Sadie. So this is in my Studio in the Green bag, which is one of the donations, just like this bag, for our Hatch-A-Knit, our spring Hatch-A-Knit. And this is done with Dancing Dog Dye Works. I call it Petunia colorway. It's something Lulu's dragging. And I did just like an inch on this. So there's my little dicky-do. So yeah, an inch. And it's like, needs just the 1 inch, and then I can do my toe. So, and these are size 1, 2.25 knitting needles with my cool James stitch markers. You like the stitch markers, Trubby? I don't even know if you can see you.
This is the ear.
We can hear you. Do you like these socks? Purple's the color, huh?
Yeah. Kitty approved.
Kitty approved, yeah. So,
yeah,
in my little needle holder here. So, yeah, I need to get these banged out. Not that I would be able to get a whole, because I am not a quick knitter.
I was going to say, you'd have to do dedicated knitting on that.
And I never sit that long.
No. So you need a long road trip, and then you can get those done.
Yeah, but the road trip we're going to be taking, I'm going to be working on his blanket.
Yeah.
So then I did my spinning, and I'm using the Redfish Dye Works. It's yak and yak merino and something else. It's a
You don't
three.
have, the tag's at
The
the bottom
tag
of
is
the bag.
on the bag that's holding the fibers. So, but yeah, it's really pretty. It's spinning. Their stuff always spins awesomely. So,
Nice stuff.
waiting for that cat nail to go right into my hip. So, yep, that's what I've been working. Not much of nothing.
Yeah.
And I'm wanting to cast on things, but I have bags, and I even had to add more of those.
I'll post the hang it
Yeah.
with those command hook.
Command hook things.
3,
yeah, I added more just to hang up my bags because I'm like,
Too many projects in the work.
Yeah.
Time to cycle them through.
well, and it's not. I'm not even wanting to knit on them. But I'm going to have to grab one, and that be the designated. I'm knitting that this week.
Twist your arm.
Yeah.
Force
Because then
knitting,
I'm wanting to go for the square, knit on my mitered square blanket, or, well,
Sometimes you just need to knit on the fun stuff.
yeah.
Put the torturous projects aside.
Well, that's why they're hanging. Well, they're hanging. They're no longer marinating, they're just hanging up there, withering.
Talking about barbecuing, huh?
Yeah. So my Flown the Coop is the secret project. I just need to block it now and add buttons, and I had the boys help me decide on the buttons because I couldn't decide. That's why it wasn't completely done.
Well, I'm gonna video it, so you have some. We'll have some video of it.
Proof.
So after, because it's a gift, so
It'll
it's,
sugar it this
once the gift has arrived and has been received, then we can talk about it. So
Yeah.
so yeah, probably next weekend you find out what that secret project actually was.
Yeah. And I was asked where I get my buttons for these things, and I just always usually go to Joann's. I think one time I had ordered an assortment from eBay or Etsy, or I think when
That
I
was
was
Etsy, I think it.
Yeah, it was Etsy. So there's tons of buttons on Etsy, and it was just like your grandma's button bag of miscellaneous, and so
Bag of buttons.
bag of buttons. So yeah, that's now my cardigan, my what's that purple one? It just went right out of my head. It's a Hannah Fettig pattern. I had ordered special coconut buttons that were made out of coconut wood.
Oh yeah. I don't remember what the name of that one was.
Calligraphy cardigan. It was written.
It all comes, it comes together eventually.
So yeah, that's that time I did order off of there. You just type in what size, 1 inch or whatever you need, and so yep,
You got it.
got it. So squeal like a pig. We're just
Yeah, you got a couple.
beaming right through this, aren't we? So squeal like a pig. I was mentioning that I wanted to try different needles for my granny square scrap blanket, and I was just using this boy hook. Isn't that boy?
Like you can read that, huh?
That's the D side, yeah, boy. Just boy size D, 3.0 or 3.25 millimeter. And I even wrote Michelle, who is Studio in the Green, and I'm like, is this splitting your yarn horribly? And like I was thinking, I had grabbed some really crappy sock yarn because it was just splitting just everything, and she had said hers was splitting too. So I wanted to try a new needle because my hand hurts with these, holding
so
it.
small.
Yeah. So I ordered the Clover Armour. It's French. Amour crochet hook. D 3.25 millimeter. It's supposed to be an easy grip handle, bright and fun color, and so here's the packaging. I just ordered it off of Amazon because it was free shipping.
Yeah.
So it's,
You don't need to run to the store to.
yeah, because the Joann's like 25 minutes away. So yeah, it's bright orange. Love it. And it does not, because I've knit quite a few rounds on this, and my hand hasn't hurt And it has not split any yarn. Same exact size. Well,
that's another
that's
thing.
Another thing. Yeah, look.
See, actually,
it's not going to show. I had James get out his caliper.
I have a digital caliper, and we can measure. And so the diameter of this hook is the 3.25, and so that's right. But this one,
yeah, it's.
I think the width of the needle head is like right around 3 to 3.25.
Yeah.
But the actual shaft of the hook is like 2.8.
Yeah.
It's like small. So I mean that much smaller for your hands. No wonder your fingers are hurting.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. But the main hook part was the same.
It's essentially the same, but
so I don't know why one would be splitting the yarn so much, but I haven't had any splits, even with yarn that is more cheaper sock
not
yarn.
as tight of a twist or whatever.
Yeah, it hasn't split at all. So
Strange.
I'm like, wow, that's just amazing. So, yep, love it.
So thumbs up with that.
Thumbs up. Yeah.
Get you some of that.
Get you. So then I had found in a destash, or Hot Pink Socks had sent me a direct message where she had seen this, and so we raced over and I got it. And this is a Desert Vista Dye Works in the Viso base, 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 462 yards in the Zum Buddies Eating Candy Corn. Had to get it. Love candy corn. Yeah, we got candy corn soap and lip balm and lotion, and I love candy corn. So yeah, that's really cool.
Have.
Yeah.
See, and the name is perfect.
Well, because I do have candy corn socks that I had knit a few years ago, and the yarn has kind of felted-ish. So I'm excited because Desert Vista Dye Works yarn never felts.
Yeah.
I mean, stuff I've knitted years ago and I wear all the time they look brand new, like if you just knit them. So her yarn does stand up to rough, tough, tumbling yarn.
Rough feet.
Yeah, rough feet. So then I got this big old package in the mail, and this is from Tena, and she sent these bags as prizes for the podcast. So it'll probably be for our summer hatch and knit.
Okay.
And there's her note. And so I'll probably do this one as a set because it just goes together. There's like a little notion bag with a matching bag, which is good. So look at this fabric, you guys. She said I could either keep these or use them as prizes, but they're perfect. Beautiful coordinating fabric, and these hold a lot.
Decent size.
Mm-hmm. So she sent that one, and then she sent this one. Look at that. Look at all the sheepies. It's made a little bit different. It has more of a tapered side, and she has these. Oh, does that one? That one didn't. This one has the little hook so you can hang your stitch markers there. Cute coordinating fabric. Ooh, that looks really funky on there. Woo! So, yep, I love these handles.
Awesome.
So that was really cool. So those are some prizes that will be coming up.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Yeah.
So, yep, I wanted to mention that we're going into Roundup. We're going to be having the Summer Sport Weight Sweater Cow in June, July, August. And that's sponsored by the Rusted Stitch. And I even had a picture of the bag she is donating as a prize for that. I did anyways. Wolfe Farm, so that would be the one. So here is the bag that she's donating. There's the outside. She makes these out of repurposed sweaters, and there is the inside coordinating fabric.
Awesome.
So this is a sport weight. Ooh.
What?
I hadn't gotten emailed yet. Or did I? Maybe it just came in. Not yet. But we have another sponsor or a coupon code from, should I mention it yet or wait till they actually send me? Because next week will be the first. I'll wait. But it is a yarn company, awesome yarn company, and they're going to be giving a discount for their sport weight yarn through the full 3 months.
Wow. Awesome. Get stocked
And it's
up.
perfect because my birthday falls right in that time. So I'll be mentioning that next week, and there will be a coupon code for the full 3 months of their our knit along.
Yeah, we can kick off, the...
Because we had considered making it just a sweater knit along, because, I've had questions, can this be entered? Can this be entered? And I'm like, I did say sport weight, and now since we have a sport weight yarn donation, it's kind of,
Yeah. Let's stick with sport weight, and then, like I said, you can knit whatever you want, but if it happens to be sport weight, then, and you're starting it off at the start of this.
Yeah. 3 months, that's plenty of time to...
Yeah, you guys like to knit.
Yeah.
One more excuse to buy more yarn and knit another project, right?
Yeah, and I'm loving, seeing what people are knitting with, and because I know Dana, she showed us really pretty blues and bluish gray colors, all really pretty. She got her husband approval on it too. See, that's
that
what
always
you guys
helps.
are good for.
That always helps. I know.
Yeah. So then we have our spring hatchinette. We have another month on that one, and that's where you can enter any project. Spinning, weaving, crochet. Doesn't matter when you started it, just that it's finished, and so.
Yeah, it has to be completed.
During that time,
and then you can enter it in and.
Yep.
Perhaps
we have a
one of our
studio
prize.
in the green bag. Awesome little pug poop. Pug
poop and other prizes as well. So
trouble is like
it's climbing up my leg here.
So I think that's about it.
All right. Well, just wanted to remind you can get a free Wolfe Farm video podcast button with any paid order at wolffarms.net. Just ask for that in the comment section when you're checking out. We have about a month left before we're actually shutting the shop down. So if you weren't aware, we will be closing the shop. So, you got about a month to stock up before it shuts. So I'll just remind you that. Swing by, check that out. And I think that's about
I got one more thing. I was just waiting for you to hush.
Hush.
So I meant to mention, because I was messaged this by Lisa. She's Life Full of Laugh on Ravelry. And she has the group called Sock Yarn Swappers. And since, I'm doing a granny square, I'm doing the mitered square, a couple mitered square blankets. This is a group, because I know there's the original Sock Yarn group that I've since Ravelry started, but this is a newer group, and she has different threads in the group. Like if you want to do like 10-gram sock yarn swap, a certain dyer swaps, she has a whole list, and they're actually having the Summer of Squares knit along from May 27th to August 27th, which is all summer long. And there's no goals, no finished objects. It's just a cal to get you excited and to swap some yarn. And, she's going to have prizes for using the hashtag Summer of Squares 2016 for Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and prizes will be drawn through random number generator. So you can go to their group, Sock Yarn Swappers group, and get more information on this and to see what's involved. And so
stock up on your yarns or swap out or swap.
There's all different
ones.
kinds of whatever your needs are, or
Awesome.
So I wanted to. Almost forgot.
Gotta put it on the list.
Well, and I meant to mention it when I was talking about the different blankets, and went out of my head.
Well, at least you got it in.
I got it in. So, until next time.
Let's get cracking
And
hatching it.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.